Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at 19 News Digital Desk. We have an update on a breaking news story that we've been covering for weeks here at 19 News. You may remember this story. A man was shot and killed on I-76 a couple of weeks ago. This was on this was a few weeks ago here, May 17th. There we go, 5:30. Driving on I-76, the car crashed. Officials finally got to the scene, and that's when they realized at the scene that the man was shot and killed. Not just a simple motor vehicle accident, not just, a standard car crash there. George Jensen was the man who was identified there. He was a father, he was a husband from Akron. Then the search went on. All they knew was that it was a black Camaro. That was it. That's all that they believed, at least. And now it seems that an arrest has been made and the suspect has been determined. This is the man that police believe is responsible for this. That is 30-year-old Dakari Tavan Kennard. This arrest happening earlier today. This is at about noon today. So how exactly did this come about? Well, they arrested him. It was the Southern Ohio Fugitive Apprehension Strike Force, Columbus Police Department SWAT team. The warrant for his arrest was issued hours before, with quote-unquote tireless work being done to identify him. They apparently, officials say they were working nonstop to gather information and to follow up on tips, and ultimately that's when they were able to identify him. Marshals said that the warrant for Kennard's arrest was issued on Wednesday, and that members of the Norton Police Department quickly got the information to Columbus, where the suspect is believed to have been living. They immediately went to Livingston Court and took Kennard into custody without incident. For those that do not remember the story, I want to play a quick story that we had done here at 19 News to explain the person that George Jensen was and how difficult this has been for the family, and hopefully that this provides a little bit of ease as they continue through the grieving process.
Is everybody okay?
We need not breathing.
We believe he's been shot. We were all behind it.
You can hear other drivers frantic to save George Jensen's life. He was heading towards Akron on I-76 when a driver opened fire on him.
We're pretty sure he's shot.
He lost control of his car and crashed into a cement barrier. Norton police say this was a road rage incident that quickly escalated. Now, 8 days later, that driver is still on the run. Investigators aren't releasing any clues on who pulled the trigger to get him off the streets. Heavily redacted video from State Highway Patrol shows troopers trying to resuscitate Jensen. He was taken to the hospital but died. His dad spoke with us about fearing the worst when it comes to gun violence.
I knew that eventually that somehow the gun violence in this country was going to affect us directly. I just never knew it was going to be my son.
Jensen's family hopes his driver is off the streets soon and held accountable.
It makes no sense. So the best thing they could do to honor Gio's life is to do something about the problem, and the problem is the guns.
So again, to reiterate our breaking news here, the search had been going on since May 17th, and now as May comes to an end, police believe they have found the person that is responsible for this. The man that you are seeing on your screen right now, that is during the arrest that happened earlier today. 30-year-old Dakari Tavan Kennard, arrested by members of the Southern Ohio Fugitive Apprehension Strike Team and the Columbus Police Department's SWAT team. This was a joint effort between multiple police departments to try and make sure that they could get him without incident. That's exactly what did happen. And now he will go through the standard judicial process here. Swift work is what has been identified by the Marshal Service on how they were able to do this, but still really a tough scene for so many. And for the family here, well, now they have a face to potentially put to who could be responsible to this. Obviously, this does not make it any easier. We'll be covering this tonight on 19 News, starting at 3 o'clock, of course, our breaking news of the day here. Suspect arrested in the road rage shooting that happened on I-76 in Norton. The suspect captured in Columbus and believed to have been responsible for this shooting. Much more on this tonight on 19 News, starting, of course, at 3 o'clock, which is happening in 18 minutes over on CBS. For now, I'm Jeff Slauson with 19 News. Have a great day. Much more to come on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.